we're gonna see how this works out on a Friday night. Because I tell you, I'm so sick of trying to log into this restream thing and nothing working.
Yeah.
But
Maybe before our thing renews, we'll look into a new multi-stream sort of website.
yeah, or I mean, maybe this is good. I don't know why. I need to research as to why they don't like each other in any way.
Pippin is mesmerized by your lighting system, I think.
It's actually
Yeah.
a fly. It's actually a problem
Oh,
because he's gonna be there until that fly is gone, and he's gonna knock over everything on my altar like he does every time. Now Kara's looking for the fly.
yeah.
Kara
I'll have
being
some
No
cat.
flies here. It's
background
winter.
into it. Yeah.
No flies.
It's your
Hello.
channel, Kara.
Welcome to Less Than 3 NPC, a show that we talk about stuff that are too serious to talk about while playing video games because brain capacity,
Mm-hmm.
it's a thing. This evening, I am sharing this experience with my friends. Joe. Oh, Joe, please introduce yourself.
My name is Joe. They, them. I'm a swim instructor and lifeguard and new shift lead for where I work. That's fun. I play lots of video games. Big nerd for speculative fiction. Otherwise, and then I think for the last decade or so, I was in social work, specifically the sexual violence sector, as an educator, but had a career shift in 2022. And I'll get a little bit into that, why I'm acknowledging 2022. Then I'll throw it over to Des.
Hi, I'm Des. My pronouns are they, them. I work in the adult industry. I make the porn. That's it. I'm on the internet a lot.
Still on Twitter, apparently.
I'm still on Twitter. Even though Twitter really isn't good, because unfortunately, currently, it is the only place that I can market my work.
Yeah. I left it. I said, goodbye, Musk. I do not want a part of this. Goodbye.
I still get my memes. So,
Memes?
yeah.
I thought about Tumblr again, but I was like, no, I can't.
I'm seriously
can't go
considering
back.
Tumblr because it is so far it's lifted the ban on not safe for work.
Mm-hmm.
So
they want the money back.
Well, yeah, duh. Also, they lifted the ban on not safe for work, and they did something else right after Elon Musk made a bunch of dumb decisions, and I was like, that's a smart team. That's a smart team. You wait until Elon does something stupid, and then you're like, hey, look at us.
Well,
We're
there's
back.
a trend right now. There's a trend where stupid men are doing stupid things and getting caught, and it's quite great, actually.
That part of Twitter I like.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if anyone knows the news, but Mr. Tate got arrested in Romania.
Who's Tate? Do I know who Tate is?
Andrew Tate. He is an boxer? Kickboxer?
I have no idea. Anyway, he's a pure, let me tell you how to macho man your life and look at how great I am. But actually, I'm a sex trafficker and a human trafficker and all these other things that have been reported recently. Or what's the correct word? Charged with these things.
Yeah, he allegedly. Yeah.
Human trafficker, sex trafficker.
Also, can I tell you something that pissed me off today?
Sure.
This isn't even part of the topic. So that whole thing happened with Andrew Tate, and they caught him with the pizza boxes, and his house got raided, and then he went to Romanian jail. Somebody in some other internet space that I'm a part of posted this fucking TikTok about Andrew Tate talking about him being swatted on talking to fucking Tucker Carlson, and it was an interview from August. They were like, look, he didn't actually get raided. He just got swatted. He's not in jail at all. They released him. No, motherfucker.
No. They got him. I will find the photo of them taking him out of the building in cuffs.
Yeah, video.
Oh, anyway, I'm just like, finally, and I'm also glad that the 2 women that they found with him will most likely be sent home.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
yeah. Yes, exactly, Hellbarn. He's a raging misogynist who kept teaching kids to treat women as objects. That
Yep.
was his primary goal in life, was to go down that road. But yeah. So tonight's kind of a little bit whimsical, I
Kara,
feel.
did you introduce yourself?
Did I what?
Did you introduce
Did you
yourself?
introduce yourself?
Oh, hi.
Awesome.
Uh,
Awesome introduction. Love
We're
it.
hitting the
Thank you.
rants a little early tonight.
Yeah. My pronouns are she, her. I make strange videos for corporate clients. And in the topic of things tonight, I hope to be a film writer in 2023. That is a goal of mine. We're going to talk about that in a second, but I'm also on the internet in a whole bunch of places because I make fun videos. I recently released a cool motorcycle vlog,
Yes.
which took me 6 months from the prior one that I currently was working on. It's very sad. I recently went through a whole bunch of file organization, and I'm like, I need to edit some fun stuff. So when we talk about resolutions here, we're gonna get in the nitty gritty. But I feel like tonight is kind of just gonna be like whatever comes up in topic. You know what I mean? Like we can only talk about resolutions for so long, so I feel like that we will be B topicing, C topicing, D topicing.
D topic.
All those things. Also, I need to say this because this is a funny joke that popped into my head, but I live alone and I knew that this wouldn't be a thing, but I thought it was funny because I know if I said it on stream, people would laugh. So, you know what? Remember when the salmon exploded in my face?
Yes.
Right? And it was like very traumatizing because I like actually burnt my neck and stuff. So 2 days ago, I was cooking some sausage, and a good way to handle sausage once it gets to a certain heat point is to, like, puncture it so that the pressure inside doesn't get too extreme, right? And it exploded on me, and in and in my brain, I was thinking in that moment, "Why does meat keep exploding on my face?" And then
Yeah, Kara.
a little Joe voice and a little Des voice popped up in my mind. And then I didn't say it out loud, even though I live alone. And I thought it was very funny and I should share it for everyone because I laughed at myself.
Thank you for that, Kara.
Yeah.
But I'm very pleased that there's a little mini me popping up in your head now for these things.
Well, no, like it was a legit thing. Like in my brain, I did the Kara thing where I just said it. I was like mad. I was like, why the fuck does meat keep blowing up in my face? And then I paused, and then the little voices popped in, and I then was like,
Yep.
"Oh, yeah." Post-traumatic sausage disorder. Yes. I have a problem with meat. Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just,
Well, thank you for that, Kara. That was,
That was great.
yeah.
I'm glad that like we're corrupting you more and more every year.
I mean, is it corruption or is it just
It's spiciness.
a little bit of spiciness? you know? But yeah, let's drop into, so obviously if you can read the title of this, but I'll talk about it, is just we're talking about New Year's and everything that comes with it. So in our culture, New Year's is January 1st based off of our calendar system that a lot of us follow, not everybody. But it is the turnover of the cycle of the year, and our society sometimes likes to attach like a whole bunch of stuff to that. So people like to make new resolutions, or they like to say, these are my plans for the next year. And I think what we want to talk about tonight is mostly how that can be, one, maybe a little bit problematic or delusional or just not a great plan to do. But also maybe just talk about maybe things that do work for us, or nice things to do when we have this moment to be like, it's a new year. But really, in the sense of time and space, it's just the next day. So what are our thoughts? Do either of you do New Year's resolutions? I guess that's a good place to start.
Well, like initially when we were just thinking about the topic, like 2 days ago, as is the norm for us, I threw in our little group chat about, do we want to do the cliched thing and talk about New Year's resolutions?
I think it's appropriate, you know.
And yeah, it's a little cliche, but I don't know. I think in terms of New Year's resolutions, I don't really make hard and fast things, but it's always been like a prominent moment in the year. Like I feel the year tick over. It's, I don't know. Again, Kara's right. It's not any different of a day. We're just switching a number on a calendar, but there is something that happens in my brain, I think, when I feel the year tick over. Like something we do, or my family's done for the whole, like, since I've grown up and stuff like that, is like we'll open the door at midnight and let out the old year and the new year in, kind of thing. It's a ritual. It's ritualistic, I guess.
I like that. That's
and
cute.
it's a good way to, I think, take stock. I've started taking stock more these days because of therapy. Trying to be more mindful and all that. And I don't know. It's something for me. It's not a big deal. It's not like I set my whole year up and all that kind of stuff, but I do feel the year kind of tick over. So, that's where I am with New Year's resolutions or the new year.
Yeah. I think I used to do New Year's resolutions, but now I definitely don't, because I never do them. At least if I do, I never do them in the way that I think I'm going to do them at the beginning of the year, because I'm like so just like gung-ho about it, or I haven't really researched the thing. It's like, I'm gonna, January 1st, I'm gonna start working out every day. And that's not how it works. Like, you want to, there's like an incline, and you gotta the rest days, and like there's you gotta learn how to do it right. It's like it's a whole process. So like I give up instantly because it's not what I thought I was going to do. Like I give myself too lofty goals, and then when I don't achieve them, I just give up. Like, lose 30 pounds. Well, I haven't lost 30 pounds in the 6 days that I've been dieting, so bye.
Right.
So that's typically why. But I also feel like the way that people like date time block things. I don't know what the word, like the way that people like let their lives be ruled by a calendar is like very strange to me. Like, now that I hate holidays as an adult, I like really am questioning, like, why do people only give the people they love a gift like twice a year? Like, and it's on like a scheduled time, and like, why is there so much like ritual around this thing? Why is there so much weird ritual around New Year's Eve? Like, why does everybody need to get plastered and like throw up and party and whatever? Like, no, I know the answer is capitalism, Kara. The answer is always capitalism.
It is always capitalism. Yeah.
It's always what it is.
But yeah, I feel like humans in general have a tendency to like time block things or like attach things to a calendar, like, summer vacation. Like, remember that as a kid? That was like the most important time of the year.
Yeah.
Right.
And if anything ruined your summer vacation, like you had a friend breakup or breakup or like, you know, you moved one summer, whatever. Like if that ruined your summer vacation, you were mad the rest of the year.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where you take, like, I guess it's all about intent. It's like you either believe in the festivities or you don't. Right? And for a lot of the world, I would mention that, like, in Canada, we don't really have big united festivals. That is usually pretty generic. Like, we don't, like, there's like in Japan, there's like typical festivals that happen every year in certain towns and places, and it's just like something everyone gathers around and starts doing, and it's just a day to do this one specific thing, right?
Gotcha.
The closest thing that we have in like Calgary is the Stampede.
I was just about to say.
Right? Like, but it's
so
one
sad.
of those, yeah, it's so sad because, you know, you're taking it to a pretty extreme place where, you know, yeah, it's partying and celebrating a certain type of culture, but it's still not something that feels very universal, whereas New Year's feels more universal than, say, Stampede would. It doesn't seem so like specific as Stampede is. But at the same time, I'm just like sitting there and I'm like, I've never looked at New Year's as this like approachable festivity. Like it's just not something that I look at and go like, yeah, that is what I'm so stoked on right now. I'm so ready for this new year.
Because
So
nobody celebrates it in a way that like it sounds fun for you.
Yeah,
like
no.
If we went like New Year's camping,
oh fuck yeah,
then you would be excited about New Year's.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I mean, to be very fair, I'm going to a New Year's party tomorrow for the first time probably ever. Like, I don't think I've ever been to a New Year's party before.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So, I don't know. Is it fun? It might be fun. It might
You're going to find out.
They're usually fun.
I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna be around people. So it's just like, I think that's like also the massive just detour that I always go to. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, as long as you've got like a core group of people that you can sort of cling to, you'll be fine.
Yeah, Val.
Yeah. Just like every other social thing.
And I have been told that the house that I'm going to has cats. So
well, there you go.
Yeah. You'll know where I am.
With the cats. Yeah.
The cats. But it's
kind of bounce between like the food table and the cats and the food table and the cats, right? And you won't have to talk to anybody.
No. I mean, I feel like some line of socialization is fine because it'll be mostly film people. But at the same time, I'm also in a house full of people.
Maybe you can talk them into like a game of Jackbox TV.
Oh, fucking A. I better have my phone
You know
charged.
all the Jackbox games. You'd be so good.
I know.
That's the trick. By the way, if you're ever at a party, suggest the thing you're good at. Suggest playing the game you already know how to play. Don't do very good like the first 2 rounds, and then like kill.
And then,
I was just gonna say, don't be afraid to hustle either. Like, definitely hustle the party goers.
Right.
If I could get like a party of like, you know, people to play Destiny.
I don't have enough beta blockers for that. It's just absolutely
to hustle people.
Yeah, no. Definitely not. It's just like immediately an adrenaline rush kick in. You'll just no control over that. No. I don't know. I think the other point for me is like, as an adult, New Year's has always just been a very stressful time. Like, it's my year end for all my books and my business stuff, and it's like chaos and trying to get all that done. So I don't feel relaxed.
Right.
Like, today is the first day that I actually have off.
Mm-hmm.
The last 3 days I've been doing my books. And
Gross.
next week is like back to work. So for me, and I think this is just a freelance thing too, where I'm just like, oh yeah, there is no definitive calendar structure that feels like a switchover. It's just more of the same.
Yeah.
Right?
I think you get out what you put into them. And so like if you and like it's so because I think about Christmas, right? Like there's certain traditions that we have in our family that I do look forward to every year, right? But it's not like an investment in Christmas per se, right? It is Christmas traditions and things like that, but it's not because it's Christmas, it's because it's a family tradition, you know, and it's good routine and yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Like it doesn't have to be.
No, it definitely doesn't have to be one way or the other, but I feel like you know, you kind of also do like whatever the thing is that you've traditionally done. Like I didn't start doing a Friendsgiving until I was an adult, and somebody else is like, oh, you just celebrate the same holiday but on a different day with other people that are not your family. And I was like, you can do that? That's awesome.
Well, I think that's 16. A great thing about it though, is like I don't prescribe to a lot of public traditions and stuff like that. Like really, honestly, like my Christmas tradition with my family now is just dysfunctionality. So, you know, it's not it's been pretty consistent on that front. But you know, it doesn't feel like you can see all these other people doing these things or like traditions that they do all the time. And I feel like this kind of speck of dust floating in the wind, kind of just finding a place to land.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Kara?
What is it?
I think to steal a phrasing from Joe, you and I did not get the memo on holidays.
No, I don't think we did. I mean, I remember as a kid, this time of year being a big thing because it would be a conglomeration of at least 3 households into one. And we were all little children. And I mean, at that point, you're just like excited because you get to see 2 of your cousins and there's like a big food table and you sit at the kid table, you know, like that was, and presents, I guess. I don't know. But it is one of those things where as a grown up, like I have to admit, even Halloween, I didn't really hold on to. Like I didn't.
Well, didn't you have COVID during Halloween?
Well, this year, yeah.
Yeah.
That was terrible. No, I'm saying like when I was a kid, the last time I went trick-or-treating, I was probably 11-ish. And I should have been so excited about Halloween as an adult because you get to go in a totally different direction with it. You like take like serious costume ideas, you know, to heart. You can hang out with the people that you want to hang out with and watch spooky movies or whatever. But it is one of those things where I'm like, I feel like I just missed the memo on the capacity to make a festivity your own. It doesn't have to be what the like generic cutout is for that one thing, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like, I've already decided that next year, instead of doing Christmas, we're all doing second Halloween.
Oh, that's fun.
Like, I'm not going to refer to Christmas at all. I fucking hate Christmas. I do. I fucking hate it so much. It's my least favorite time of year. It's my least favorite holiday.
But
I got some trauma wrapped up in that shit. It's bad.
You could just make it Yule instead.
No, it's second Halloween.
Oh.
First Halloween is when you do like your serious costume, and then second Halloween is when you do your cozy costume.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because it's even colder.
Is it scary?
It doesn't have to be.
Oh, okay.
I'm also of the opinion that Halloween costumes do not need to be scary. They just need to be a costume. You can't wear a tuxedo t-shirt and call it a costume.
But Andrew says Yule is Christmas. Well, sort of. Yule is the traditional pagan celebration of the solstice. Christmas is the Christian adaptation of Yule.
Well, I think Christmas
It's
is the
the spin-off.
capitalist adaptation of the Christian adaptation of Yule.
Yeah.
Well,
I think,
sort of.
Because I would argue that Christmas now is more capitalist than Christian, though it happens kind of in the same vein. So,
having grown up in a Catholic church household, I would not agree with you on that. But
really, I also grew up Catholic, and it was mostly about buying presents.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, my house
like
was like
literally the amount of like Christmas like religious stuff that we had was every Christmas morning. My dad would look at us and he would say, "Now say happy birthday, Jesus," and then we would open presents.
Oh no, we would do like the candle wreaths and everything, and my mom would sit us down. We have to do prayers every night, and it was a whole.
And I went to a Catholic
thing.
school.
Oh yeah, but like going to like church on Christmas Eve, that was a big thing. That was a huge expectation. In our household, you weren't even allowed to like think about presents until after church. That was the thing.
But I think that's a individual. I'm talking like the bigger, broader picture overall.
Sure.
How Christmas is sort of
right,
because it's dominated by the present buying component, right?
Yeah, that's like the joke. It's like Santa brought baby Jesus to Mary in the manger, and that's why we have Christmas, and that's why Santa Claus exists. Like that's the joke, because because like most kids these days don't actually know what Christmas is about. It's the same thing with Easter.
Right.
Like, well,
but it's also like how much paganism was adapted to like Christianity, co-opting it to control the population of the people that were in Europe at that time.
Yeah, that's not under debate. It's just more capitalist than it is religious.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Again, the individual, because like
I had to come around on that one.
Whenever we like went to Christmas, like at my grandparents' house, like we did church Christmas Eve and stuff like that too, right? So, but that's an individual family thing, right?
Mm-hmm. But,
anyways,
yeah, no, I mean, I'm into the whole idea of like celebrating seasons now. Like, I'm not pagan, but I like the idea of being like, it's the winter solstice. Cool, you know.
Yeah,
we're hanging out with the winter vibes. That feels good. Moon. The what?
With the moon.
With the moon. The moon is a lesbian. Fight me on that.
Why would I fight you?
I'm just trying to be.
It's not the audience that's going to fight you on that.
Yeah, I'm going to fight you.
The moon is a lesbian.
What?
Which moon?
The moon is a lesbian.
Catha Arudis.
Oh my god, I'm caught up. FYI. Critical Role talk, side talk.
Now I can start talking to you about Critical Role again.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Finally. I am like, not only am I caught up, I'm like caught up. Like I'm done the most recent episode that they played. Anyways, sorry.
But
yeah, no, I think what is important is allowing yourself to give yourself some space to be like reflective. I think that's a great opportunity for New Year's. I just couldn't give a shit that it's going to be 2023 in a day. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
I feel like
why?
I feel like I cared. Yeah, I feel like I definitely cared more when I was younger, because every New Year felt like, oh, all the stuff I could do. But it's like I'm an adult now, and realistically, I'm like, I know all the amount of stuff I'm gonna do.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it'll be cool, but I also know the amount of work I have to do to get before the fun stuff that I have to do.
Sorry, I have to highlight this comment from Halibut Barn because,
they co-opted a bunch of winter festivals. We need to reclaim. Wait, which of the co-opted ones was the horniest? Yes.
And that answer would answer that. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, I would like. Can we? Let's just replace winter with a horny holiday. Damn it!
You have February.
Well, you declared it second Halloween.
Winter.
You can declare whatever you want.
That's true.
Yeah. Make it horny Yule celebrations.
I'm gonna make every holiday the horny variation of that holiday next year. That's my New Year's resolution.
Okay, we need
We're gonna have sexy Easter
explanations of what each of these will be.
We're gonna have horny St. Patrick's Day.
You have to lay it. But see, here's the thing, though. I'm also in the mind where I think months are stupid. Like, I wish our calendar was more like star dates. So it's like the year starts and you just start at 1 and then you go till 365, which is actually 364 and a quarter, but whatever. Right? And like, that's just, how far along you are in the year. I'll leave my piece there.
Star dates don't turn over, though.
I know. They just go up.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, that's not realistic in our structure. We work on a cyclical.
Yeah. People like the structure of the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like.
I don't.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Because, like, we need to know, like, when, once a month is, like, generally when bills are... It's all based around the capitalistic, like...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When is rent due?
That's what I'm saying. I want to be like... And today, on the 233rd day of 2023... Andrew Tate
Why keep years then, though?
To prison.
Why keep years, though? If you're gonna abandon months, why keep? Well, then
because numbers do need some sort of structure. Like, you can't just keep going up in a number for forever. Because then, like, when do you decide? I mean, like, that's the thing, is we talk about, like, the calendar we're on. Someone just decided one day, they're like, this is year 1. Let's calendar implemented. Mm-hmm. But usually that was under, like, an empirical structure. So that won't really fly a whole lot.
We can't even get the US to switch to metric. I don't think the calendar is changing anything.
You guys actually lose money by being in the imperial system.
No, I know. There's nothing I can do about it. We also still have daylight savings. We also still have daylight savings time.
Oh no, we do too. We're in a big fight up here about that stuff. But
we voted to keep it. Weirdly.
Yeah, well, no. In the last election, they worded it weird, purposely trying to not make it right. So they wanted to say, the way they worded it was not, do you want to keep a system of daylight savings? They said, do you want to keep switching to daylight savings? And people were just like, I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, I hate that.
It was a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I hate that.
Julian dating? Yeah, because was it Julius Serious? Who made the current calendar we run off of?
I don't know. I know Julius Caesar fucked it up. And by fucked it up, I mean if you like having, your months named after the month that it is. Like October is the 8th month and like September is the 9th month.
Right.
July and August.
It was a pope. Oh, classic.
But like July and August remain after Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, our days are based off of Norse influence, I think.
We are currently using the Gregorian calendar.
Gregorian.
Who is Gregor?
It was a pope. Some dude in some fancy bibs. But it's like Thursday is like Thor's Day, I thought is
Thor's Day?
Yeah, like the original structure of like naming days. It used to be a day of a god. Oh, Pope Gregory the 13th. We should have known by the 13 numbers. Yeah. He probably opted in for a 13th month, but then they said no, that's too egotistical. So then they were going
to call it Gregory.
Yeah.
That's just his name.
That's probably what happened. That's my guess.
Gregory?
The Gregory.
13th month. Gregory.
Do you know how many people would be called Greg if that happened? So many people.
Well, there are already a lot of people called Greg.
Well, no, I mean, but like more. Like, think about how many women are called May
Or April.
or April. See, exactly.
I
I
haven't
think
run
that's
into a
the only
December yet.
two.
Huh?
I haven't run
June,
into a
June.
December.
June. There's lots of Junes.
Or
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
true.
there's July.
Seasons. Yeah. Names are weird. Anyway, that's for another.
We're way off track.
Right.
Here's
Realign
resolutions.
Next
here.
episode, names.
Resolutions. Yeah.
I don't. If I were to make a New Year's resolution this year,
You
I
already
would
did.
want to make.
Horny holidays.
Oh yeah, I just said horny holidays.
Yeah.
What's another one?
I had like goals. See, here's the thing. I like a goal. I don't like a resolution. I like a goal.
Okay,
So
so
I think
define that. What's the difference for you?
I think okay, so a resolution to me is like I am like changing something or fixing something that is broken is
Oh,
like
Mm,
that's what it feels like. It's like this is a thing I've identified as a problem and I'm going to like change that thing. I
right.
don't know that like growth happens like that. I like goals
Typically
cuz
not.
like and
Yeah.
also like it seems like such a stringent like this is the line that you cross and then you have succeeded or you have failed. But like a goal is like I can shoot and like I can toss a dart within 10 feet of that goal and I've still gotten pretty close and that still feels really good.
Yeah, I think that's
It
a
doesn't feel so
positive way to
strict.
think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it feels more like growth. It doesn't feel like pointing at myself and being like, "You're bad."
mm-hmm.
Goal is just like, I want to move out of this apartment. That's my goal. And
Totally.
if all I do is pack this year, that's fine. I'll move next year.
I just
Totally.
going to highlight Halbert's comment early here, really quick.
I don't like New Year's resolutions because it becomes a trigger for, oh, look at all the stuff that you failed at before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, as if
So it's
there
related
was
to
some
what Des
deadline
is
on them.
saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Because like when I hear like resolution, I feel it's finite, right? Like
Mhm.
you crossed, like Des says, you crossed the line, you did the thing, and well, like you're saying earlier with like the one of the, like losing 30 pounds in 6 days or something like that. Like if I was gonna have a resolution, like I'm going to write more, right? It feels like that's a finite thing. Like I have to define that, right? And it puts a lot of pressure on achieving that specific thing. Whereas if you set out a goal or a thing to work on, it's less about the end and more about the integrating the process. You know.
Mm-hmm. See, that's why I always get kind of twisted up with this whole resolution thing is because you sit there and I go, and I've said this already twice tonight. I'm like, I don't care about New Year's. Like, it's just another day.
Mm-hmm.
It's the continuation of the rest of my life as any other day has been. So why do I suddenly have this pressure, or suddenly how am I going to find the energy to drastically change the direction of my life?
Mm-hmm.
If I haven't been able to do that for the prior blank amount of months or days or whatever either.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's this weird thing where I'm like, oh, is it just a tactic to convince yourself of thinking you need to drastically change your life at a certain time?
I think humans just like to time box things. Like I feel like the New Year's resolution thing is like it's fine in theory. Like, hey, this is like a thing you want to get better at or do or become in the next year. Whatever. It's fine in theory, but like in practice, like our brains don't think about like things like that for that long. So like it even if I had a goal like lose 30 pounds by the end of the year, unless or like a resolution, unless I am making tiny resolutions or goals in the in between, that I'm not going to really get anywhere because to lose 30 pounds, you have to lose 1 and 2 and 3 and like you have to like hit the in between spots. And if you're not thinking of it in tiny steps, then like your brain is just like, oh, I'll think about that later. That's too big to tackle right now.
Yeah.
Well, because that's like overwhelming. Realistically. Because, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, we were talking about this in the Discord earlier because Halvard was talking about the walks he was doing. I'm like, yeah, consistency. Small steps and consistency is what actually leads to change. Not this whole, guess what, you're going to decide one day that these are all the things that you're going to change about your life.
Yeah.
Um,
And here's where I'll advocate a little bit for not resolutions per se, but and this is what I was getting to a bit earlier in the intro. I think it is good to be mindful of things that have happened over the past year, right? Because like when I think about 2022, I started it unemployed, right? I finished it a shift lead in a new career and a new vocation and a new path and something that I'm passionate about, right? So I like for me now, and I didn't have this approach years like in the years before, but for me now, like I am taking a moment to look at 2022, right, and see all the stuff that happened, the good and the bad, as a way to like file it away and leave it in 2022, because I don't want to take stuff from this past year and bring it with me because it's extra baggage into the new year, right? I think it's good for me anyways. I'll just say that to think about it's like a deep clean of mindfulness, right? Where it's like, okay, all this stuff, I'm going to put it in this little box and then I'm going to put it in the vault, right? Not that I'm forgetting about it, not because you don't want to, blow past all the lessons that you could have learned throughout the year based on things that happened, but it's done. And there's nothing I can do to change the past. There's nothing I can do to change anything in 2022, right? And so I don't know. I think for me, that's what I'm looking forward to as the year ticks over, is that mental filing away of the events of 2022. That timestamp is important, I think.
But see, that's the difference, though, is like you're talking about reflection versus what society is telling us is to be resolution based.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
See, I like the reflection. I like looking back on the year and being like, this is what happened. This is how I felt. Because I'm like, also, I feel like I don't particularly like all the time. I don't sit down and like look at like the past year, or I don't look back at like a long span of time. Typically, if I'm like reflecting on things, I am reflecting on things that have sort of more immediately happened, or I'll reflect on things that were emotionally heavy or like whatever. I don't reflect on a long span of time during my day to day.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel useful. But like at the end of the year, yeah, it does sort of force you to be like, oh, look at all of this land we've traversed in the last 365 days or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is important because, again, knowing the steps that you've already taken are far more concrete and foundational than the theoretical potential of something else. Right? Like, it's easier to say, I didn't like this that I was doing in this prior year than it is to be like, this is how I'm going to act in the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that makes sense.
But I will say, like, it is sort of a false, or I guess it's like a weird impulse that the changes are going to be so drastic in the next year, or that I have to fix things in the new year, or whatever. Like,
yeah, but here's
that kind of immediacy is, I think, what's weird about New Year's, right?
Yeah, but we also don't have any fucking idea what the future holds, right?
No.
Like and that's the other thing too, is just like you never know what's going to happen. Stuff in life, like we like to think we know what, the next week of our life is going to be, or the next 2 weeks, or the month, or next year, or whatever. But ultimately, there's too many components in our existence on this planet for things to be that certain.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I don't want to go down like a doom tunnel, but like shit happens on this planet. Really bad things happen. And it's like, I feel like there's this really scary place where you can be like, oh, but this is the plans I had for my life. And then like legit natural disasters happen. And you're just like, well,
yeah, but I don't think that has anything to do with New Year's.
No.
Like, I mean, when COVID happened, nobody was mad about like not being able to, go to the gym every day.
Oh, but there were Des. That's
but
the
not
thing,
to meet
though.
their New Year's resolution. That's because people actually enjoyed going to the gym. Not
Mhm.
because they were like, I'm on a resolution.
You
Yeah.
never know, though. Some
I
people
highly
are
doubt it.
weird.
I will say, funny enough, I was very optimistic about 2020. I was coming into it like, this is gonna be a good year.
Wow.
I'm very excited for 2020. This is gonna be
Uh-huh.
great. And then, well, we know what happened, right? So
2NPC happened.
it did happen, right?
And nothing else.
And nothing else. Yeah.
No, 2020 can go eat dirt.
And it has.
Yeah.
And it will continue.
It's gone. Yeah. It's in the past, right?
Well, see, but what is time? Because time exists in our brains in a very
Time is
strange
a
way.
Time is a
Even
weird
though
soup.
2020 is gone, it lives in our trauma centers.
Mhm.
Lives in our brains.
I'm convinced
Yeah.
2021 didn't happen. If we're talking about time,
I don't remember 2021 at all. Couldn't tell you what happened.
nope, it didn't exist.
I think that was the first year of the retreat.
Hold on. I'm gonna go look at my folder. Literally,
You're not allowed to
this is how-
cheat. You can't
how
cheat
scary
there.
this is. I'm just like,
That's
I can go
cheating.
look at my photos. What happened?
You can't. You have to remember with your brain.
No,
That's what she has
I
to
was
say.
having severe chemical imbalance situations. Of course, I don't remember.
That's fair. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, even
oh.
this year, like I feel like I've during a certain section of this year was not having a good time with my mental health. It was pretty bad. So there are sections of this year that are not entirely clear. I would like to reflect on them, but probably just going to end up reflecting on them in therapy. That's fine.
That's the place for that kind of reflection. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I found a folder with some memes from 2021. How do I share stuff? Can I share stuff? How do I do this?
I think
You gotta share your screen.
Yeah, you just
It's at the bottom there.
Share screen. Watch this
source? No, share screen.
No, share. It's the third button in the
Here we
middle
go.
there.
Is this gonna work? Our entire screen window. Oh, here it is.
Now we're just gonna look at memes. This is great.
No,
I'm glad,
just this one.
I'm glad for
this was what was supposed to be defining 2021. It was just this. And if you've seen this movie, it's even funnier. That's all I'm saying. That's as far as we're gonna go in there. Oh, I also have a photo of cows. Oh, that's right. That's when I did the cult shoot.
Is that out yet?
Not yet. I saw a trailer for it though.
I want to know when it's out.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Anyways.
But yeah, 2021, I'm looking back on like the things that I have framed here for that time. And I'm just like, 2021 was a kind of boring year, you know? It was a few things happened, but not much.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced things happened in 2021. Still.
They did happen, Joe.
I seem to vaguely remember the retreat, but other than that, nothing else.
Right. I'm just saying, I'm not looking at my folder system of 2022. Much more exciting things were happening.
Yeah.
So I don't have memory. This is why I take photos and videos of everything.
That's great.
I don't actually live life. I just re-watch it through the lens of my camera. It's not very healthy.
I was like, that's not problematic at all.
Yeah, exactly, Helbabarn. 90% of 2021 was watching YouTube and Twitch.
I feel like I just worked a lot.
Good stuff. I worked, too. But
you know what, though? Like, New Year's resolutions, I think, are kind of a sham. Like, I do have things that I am looking forward to in the new year. And I definitely have senioritis for fucking 2022. I'm just...
Sorry, what?
Senioritis. It's when you're a senior in high school and you totally lose all like capacity to do any work.
Yeah.
Oh.
All fucks are gone.
Yeah, it's the last month of the year. I have no capacity to get any work done.
I didn't understand this freedom word that you had in your vocabulary.
Okay, so it might just be a Midwest thing because I've now had like 3 people when I've said it be like, "What?
Oh yeah. I mean, Canada flat out doesn't have any senior. Like that system does not exist.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That makes
I'm just
sense.
watching enough TV to know what it is.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna have to ask for some clarification here.
But yeah, like just no motivation to work because it's the end of the year.
Right.
But see, Xander got it.
Nice.
But we started on something very exciting at the end of the year, and like looking at like I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast, but we bought a building, me and Alexander Snow. We bought a new building to be our dungeon/studio space.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had it since like
you've had it for a while.
Yeah, like we've had it since early May, June. And because of like red tape and permits and stuff, it's just been sitting there. But at like towards the end of November, like construction started in earnest, and I went and I did a walkthrough today with one of my friends, and I was just like showing all the space and talking about all the plans we had for it. And like I'm really excited for the new year because the first half of the new year is just going to be this fucking building. So I just get to design and paint and buy things and panic about money, and it's going to be fun.
See, yeah, but okay. But I feel like that's just looking forward to the future.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said New Year's resolutions are a sham.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, you're just saying it so happens to run with the new year.
Yeah.
But that's sort of the thing. Like the year ticks over, right? And you can pinpoint that there's new things happening in this coming year that I'm looking forward to, right? Same things like for me, like I'm going to go get my coaching certification in 2023. Like that's a goal, not a resolution. That's a goal. And I'm going to build towards that by continuing to instruct. And a lot of it's a lot of one-on-one private lessons now, right? And so I get to really hone that one-on-one, like instructing, coaching, attention and stuff like that. And I get to apply the stuff as I learn it. And I'm really looking forward to that, right? But like we've been talking about, I'm not looking forward to being like having the certification per se. I mean, I want that, but I'm kind of holding in my brain that like every lesson that I teach, right, is a step towards that coaching, right? It's more experience. It's 1 hour more experience that I have that I didn't before. And gonna, I don't know, do a lot of extracurricular video watching, buy some books, right, about swimming and stuff like that. And they're going to take all these steps, but it's been an intentional like plan for 2023. Not like I'm resolving to be a coach. So
I just feel so disconnected from calendars. And I honestly, it's just because I'm a freelancer.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just the structure of a week, a month, a year to me is just so ambiguous. There's nothing there.
It also doesn't help that like you vary between working days and nights.
Oh yeah.
And you'll work like 30 days in a row and then not have work for 3 weeks, right?
So, exactly. So I feel like that's why there's probably a huge factor of like I don't care.
Yeah. Well, it's like for me, like everyone says, are you looking forward to the weekend? For the past like I don't know 8 months, I have not had a Saturday or Sunday off. Like Friday's my Monday, right?
Right.
And Thursdays and stuff like mid week, whatever midweek the fuck is, have been my weekends, right? And so for this coming session, I'll have Wednesdays and Thursdays off. And again, Friday's going to be my Monday. So I'll go into work on Fridays and they're like, ready for the weekend? I'm like, fuck you, it's Monday for me. Fuck off, take energy elsewhere. I'm just starting my week, Whereas on Tuesday, I'm going to be pumped up because I'm going to be like, it's the weekend. you know? And people would be like, "Oh, take your fucking."
Yeah, no,
Uber."
that's how it felt working at Starbucks.
You are getting some good serotonin rushes right now, Joe. This is good. I'm happy for you. Like,
yes.
I'm glad you're stoked on weekends, whatever that weekend to you is.
Yeah.
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 Wednesday, Thursdays. Woo. I'm very pumped about that.
TGIW.
Hell yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
TGIT. Thank God it's Tuesday.
Thank God it's Tuesday. Oh yeah, because I guess it would be
Yeah,
Tuesday.
because it would be Friday. Yeah. So anyways, TGIT.
TGIT.
IGU. Thank God I got up.
Amazing. I will say, okay. So as far as years, what made me think of this? New Year's resolutions. I'm gonna screen share here in a second because I want to look this up. There's a thing I want to get, but it's expensive, so I haven't gotten it yet. But I think if I wanted, like, truly wanted to do like a thing every day for a year, this is the kind of thing that I would need. Hold on.
A thing a day? What do you mean? Like a task? Oh,
Yeah.
let me.
Okay.
What?
This is the everyday calendar.
Hold on. First, I gotta take our things off so we can read it all. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do you like push a button?
Yes. So basically, you push a button and it lights it up, and like that's it. It's just you make sure you do a thing every day. It's this very pleasing thing to look at.
Isn't this that really popular YouTuber?
Yes.
What's her name? Simone
Yetch.
Yeah. She's like great. Brain and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
She also turned a Tesla into a truck.
No, she does some really fucking cool stuff.
Well, this is one of the things she did. She made this product. But yeah, like I feel like I would need something like this. I would need something that was like visual and tactile that I did every day, because I can barely remember to take my medicine every day, and like that stuff keeps me alive.
Yeah.
If I were to figure out like an extracurricular thing to do every day, like it's one of the reasons I like having a dog, because he reminds me to get up and leave the fucking house every day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I might not remember.
Right.
I get on board with this. This is awesome.
I love this, and I want one so bad.
Yeah. It's $365. Fuck off.
Yeah.
It's very 2023.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. I like that.
$1 per button.
$1.
Hey, I mean, I understand they probably make those in a small shop.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, that was my little share and tell.
That's cool. What, you don't want to just sacrifice a small animal's soul every day?
No, it's a lot of animals.
Ritual.
It's a lot to do every day.
You have a cat.
I can. That's one day.
No, the cat will go get small things for you.
Yeah, no, you don't know my cat.
No, okay, pivot.
My cat just flies are it. Flies are the only things that he will hunt.
A fly is a soul. That could work.
And
just like
technically,
Pippin,
it
like
depends
grabs
on
the fly from the sky, drops it down, you put it in your sacrificial bowl.
It depends on your definition of a soul.
Huh?
Depends on your definition of a soul, because animals don't have souls. No dogs go to heaven.
Heaven's not real, so I don't understand this.
Well, if heaven is real, then you're not really concerned who does or doesn't go to it.
No. Oh, Val!
No, Val, I'm talking about the way Christianity defines souls.
Oh
animals don't get it.
I've been called out. Look at that. Look, she even spelled cow.
she was so mad. Yes, Val, all dogs go to heaven. Every single one. All dogs go to heaven.
Right,
We're
Charlie?
bursting bubbles tonight, that's for sure.
Will I ever see you again, Charlie? No, no one.
No.
Yeah,
No one.
I got it.
Okay.
All
at
dogs go to
my-
heaven. That's the movie.
Yeah,
Look, here's my dog.
it's a very specific scene that some children would cry in. I watched and thought that was stupid.
Look, here's my dog. There's my dog. There's my dog.
Void dog.
White dog.
In the distance.
Moose, I'm sorry.
Moose is like, why?
Why?
He can't even hear me. He's
Yeah.
so deaf at this point.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember that was what happened in 2021. I think that happened in 2021. When Moose had his eye infection.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember having like the tooth thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what it was. The tooth infection that went up into his eye that made his nictinal membrane come out, and
But
he's
he's deaf
blind
now?
on. Yeah, he's blind on that side and he's deaf on that side because
Oh,
the sinuses
shit!
are all connected.
Mm-hmm.
And like the
Boo.
infection's like just it sits on that side of his head, and we can't give him too much antibiotics or else he gets another type of infection and it could kill him. So it's
Right.
like he either just gets progressively more deaf or we risk killing him. So
Right.
Mhm.
I'd rather have a deaf dog than a dead one.
Right. I hear that.
Anyways.
That was terrible. I didn't mean to say that. I did like literally I didn't. Oh my.
Hear that. Good job, Kira. Solid.
No.
Anyways,
Anyways.
talking about New Year's
Yeah.
made Val
Yeah.
upset.
I mean, she just popped in for sure for that comment.
Yeah, just popped in to hear me blaspheme
Yeah.
and then left.
I took down all of my lights today.
Yeah, it's
'Cause-
Christmas officially ever.
I guess like that's the thing too. Maybe that's a definitive timing situation that I do abide by. Is like in my
Christmas
brain,
lights?
all of the festive structures in a space must be gone before the 1st of January.
Nah.
Yeah.
You get about a 2-week grace period into the new year to take it all down. Or you just leave it up.
Or
We'll
just leave
see.
it up.
We'll see how long my Christmas lights remain out.
I wrapped them up, coiled them up, put them in a new box. They're all in one box now instead of all little individual stupid boxes. Instead of trying to stuff them all into one little box,
Good.
they're in one big box now.
I don't think. No, I didn't decorate. I didn't do anything for Christmas. I didn't decorate. I didn't do any sort of decoration. I mildly dressed up for Halloween.
I got some new ornaments this year. I got rid of a bunch of little like extremely Catholic ones, and I got ones that I felt were more appropriate.
Nice.
So I got one like it's a mountain, and then I got one that was another mountain but in a circle.
Great.
And then I got one with a chickadee on it, and then I got one with a blue jay on it, and then I got a sphinx cat with a pentagram behind its eyes. So
Yay!
good balance.
Yeah.
Amongst the like very festive like hedgehogs in Santa hats and other things that I have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got rid of the Jesus with Mary thing. I was just like, no. I also attached Totoro as my tree topper.
Great.
You
I
go.
love that.
So no one who came to my house understood it, but I don't care. I was like,
They don't need to.
You're
need to watch
inviting
this
the wrong
movie.
people to your house then.
well, I mean, it was like my parents. Who comes to my house, Joe? It's just like my parents and maybe Val. And that's like it.
And Val will get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I come sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd get it.
Remember
Well,
when
if
we used to
anybody
watch-
questions you about it, just tell them it is the holy chinchilla.
Well, yeah, but like the whole point, I thought it was appropriate. It's like Totoro is the whole like builder or like grower of trees and nature and stuff.
Yeah.
I've
No, it
also
makes
thought
sense.
about making a grumpy cat one.
That'd be good.
Oh,
Should
see?
just have
Halbert's mom says the same thing as me. Everything comes down on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
That's Canadian for the day after Christmas.
It's also British for the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
Do
Random
Americans
cats
not have
looking for
Boxing
a
Day?
home. No.
We don't have Boxing Day.
Interesting.
Wasn't Boxing Day originally about giving things away?
I don't know.
I think that was the origin of Boxing Day. Is like you were supposed to
remember.
offer something if you were prosperous to those who were less prosperous. I think
I
that
always
was the
thought it was the day
origins
you
of
hit
Boxing
people
Day.
in the face.
Mhm.
Right. Oh.
Boxing Day? Day off for servants? Is it actually a day off for servants? That's awesome.
Shitty shitty old shit in a box
Oh.
for your servants. Yeah. Like it was supposed to be this way of offering something if you had a lot. Versus like now when we talk like at earlier what we were talking about earlier was the whole commercialization or capitalization of
Mhm.
Christmas. It's like that is what Boxing Day is now. Is that it's the extreme other end of that. It's no longer like wealthy people giving something to their underlings.
Mhm.
It's everyone now goes to the mall to try and get the best deal.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even just the day anymore. It's
Oh yeah.
weeks before and after. It's like Boxing Month now. Like it starts, I think, Black Friday. Really, like it's
Yeah.
We
Boxing Day
are
sales.
living the Ferengi dream right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
Like-
not yet. All of our women still wear clothes. So,
yeah, that's
Oh
true.
right. I forgot about that.
not if I have anything to say about it, though.
Hold on, I'm reading up all this. Boxing Day was that you put your shitty old stuff in a box for your servants. It was a day off, but also they got a box of shit you didn't want. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Now it's returning day. Big box stores put the shitty things they wanted to sell before Christmas. Yeah, exactly. It's just the dynamic of the power is different now.
Yeah.
Corporations are the biggest people on our planet now.
Yeah.
But okay, I feel like we've kind of ran this topic to the maximum degree in which we can achieve this.
No, I'm looking up the origins of Black Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll continue down that road. Does anyone have questions about resolutions or hopes and dreams for the future? Or
Well, I think, I mean, we know the capitalism of it all, where like when we talk about like changing ourselves and stuff like that, but like on a more like human level, like what is behind that impulse to want to change yourself? Like,
Mm,
do people have that? I mean, because I know I have had that. I've had throughout my life. It's usually like an identity issue, not knowing who I am, but always had these fantasies about like I'm going to be a different person junior high. I'm going to be a different person in high school. I'm going to be a different person in university. I'm going to be a different person when I graduate. You know,
mhm.
like there was always this thought in my head that I'm going to be different, right? I didn't really know why, right? But I'm just wondering if other people have had that, or is just having the desire to be different than who you are. If other people have had that experience, you know?
Oh, for sure. I don't think it was in a structure of I want to be a different person. Like I think for a long part of my life I've always understood like every day is going to be a different day.
Mm-hmm.
And the only power that I have in this world is my own actions and my own decisions around those actions. So did I have this idea of like what I wanted to change about myself? I always thought circumstance changed me,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes any sense.
Yep.
Rather than like purposely planning out like I want to be more adventurous next year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but that's a really logical thought though, because my brain would then say like if I had a thought like that, I would say, okay, well then how do I become more adventurous?
Yeah.
You know, that would be saying, well, I'm going to go make sure I do more hikes, or I'm going to make sure that I pre-plan this, or I'm going to book this, or whatever it is. But I don't know, like what are some things about yourselves that you think about in terms of what you would want to change?
For me, it was always like wanting to be more social, but not like when I interrogate, like when I look back now, it wasn't about that's something I actually wanted. It's because I knew I was, or I felt like I was wrong because I was introverted, you know? And
yeah, you wanted to meet an expectation.
yeah, an external one that would make me accepted by peers that I didn't really give a shit about, but I knew I needed their approval. Because for most of my life, my self-worth was driven by other people's acceptance of who I am, right? And so every time I phased out of a particular chunk of my life, there's always hope that, okay, in this new phase, I'll be the person I'm supposed to be. But it never happened because there's nothing wrong with who I am. Like there's things that I need to fix about myself, but who I am is not broken, you know, just because I don't fit a mold.
Totally. I think I got, specifically on the introversion thing, I think I got shocked in my life when certain types of social interactions happened to me that I didn't think were possible. And by that, I'll give an example. So one time I was in Toronto and I was with a friend to a screening party for this new show thing that they were showing. Literally, I knew no one in this building. I'm like the prairie kid from Calgary, right? Like in the big city Toronto, and I don't know fuck all. Right? By the way, this was like a whole room of lesbians. It was really a lot, okay? Basically, I'm like wandering through this space where I'm like, I see some people who are like in the industry that I recognize. There's like all these people who are friends with my friend who I don't know how to interact with. And a really interesting thing happened where even though I wasn't like glued to my friend, I kind of like stepped away from them just a little bit and strangely hovered. And I know this sounds weird, but it was like a very interesting experience where even though I wasn't directly integrating myself with the conversations that my friend was having, but I was close enough to them that I could have been like, save me from whatever's about to happen around me. And I don't know why, but that made me super like more safe. Like I felt more safe.
That just you were just in proximity of someone you knew.
Right. But at the same time, it was one of those things where it was like a buffer zone. And I think as introverts, that buffer zone is very comforting. But I don't have that a lot. Like almost all my like event things that I've ever gone to, I'm either glued to the person that I'm with and I don't talk to anyone else around us, or I'm like hiding in the shadows on the third tier pretending. Yeah, exactly.
Just like up on the refrigerator, just looking down at the party.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So it was this thing that I didn't know could exist, right? Until that one scenario happened. I didn't will it to happen. It was just like weird. I'm like, I'm in the space. I know nobody, but I also can't be like sitting next to my friend Jay while they're talking to their producer about business stuff. Like it's just, that's not my conversation to be a part of.
Right.
So it was just, I didn't know it could be that way. And then it was, and it was interesting. And I'm like now thinking about like, I want more of that.
Yeah. Like comfortable proximity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's also about like, I think the people there too. Like one of the women that I was talking to, she was very, very nice. And she didn't like make fun of the fact that I was just like, don't know anyone here and I have no idea what's really going on. And she's like, oh, so what are you doing here? And I'm like, and I was honest. I was like, I've been walking around the city. That's all I'm doing. She's like, I like walking too. And I was like, oh, cool. Thank you for not thinking like that was dumb, you know? But yeah. So it's just, I think it's also about the people that you're around.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I also want to be the cat on top of the refrigerator all the time.
See, This is how I know I'm not entirely an introvert, because I like going to a party where I know no one.
What?
Fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Hard no.
It's like LARPing. Okay, so it's like LARPing. It's just that it doesn't matter. I can just talk. I can just say whatever fucking shit I want. It's great. I don't have
It's
to
a way
like
to look at it, yeah.
like I don't have to live up to any expectation. I have no like joke of like I have no like because of my job, I have to sort of like adjust my spice level considering like who I'm around, like
Mhm.
from family, which is like 0 Scoville, to like my LARP friends, which is like maybe 5,000 Scoville, and then like, you know, the internet friends, which is like spicy.
Unlimited.
Like my internet and porn friends, spicy.
Yeah.
But I like not having to like gauge or like do anything. Like, yeah, of course you have to like read the room, like, but
Yeah.
I like not having to hold back. I can just talk and just like be whatever version of myself I've decided that I am that time.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that's fun.
I fantasize
But not
about
all the time.
balcony. Huh?
Not all the time, but yes.
Balcony talks. I think I'll meet my next wife on a balcony.
It's very good.
I have so many wives. It's incredible.
Well, it means you have to go to the parties though, where you don't know people to meet this wife.
I know, but I'm just thinking every time I like make a scene in my head, whether I'm the character in it or not, I'm just like, the good shit happens on a balcony.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
you
okay,
mean it
here's
in
what
that
you-
way.
Here's what you need to do is that you like just need to get invited to way more parties, because you're gonna have to like ask if there's a balcony at that party, and then
Yeah.
don't go to that party if there's no balcony.
Yeah.
I live in Canada.
We have
There's
balconies.
so many. I mean, there's balconies, but it's not fun being on the balcony when there's like a blizzard fucking going on outside.
Well,
Well,
then
no.
just go to
We'll go
parties
party in the
summer.
winter. Yeah.
Just have the time for that.
You got to make the time for these things, Kara.
No, I'm just saying, if I could, if there was a mood board for socialization, mine would be balconies, fire escapes, and ledges of houses.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
That's my mood.
Yeah.
I love a fire escape.
I mean, we don't have those here that often, but yes, I love the concept.
Neither do we in Ohio, but like,
Yeah.
I love a fire escape.
I
There's
love a
something
fire
real romantic about a fire escape.
Mhm.
Makes me think of New York.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think big city. Like if you're in a big city somewhere, like hanging
Yes,
out on a fire
Chicago,
escape somewhere,
yes.
yeah, like that would be awesome.
I think I
I'm a
just
balcony
visualize
person
it.
too, because like
Oh.
for balconies, you can always just go out and stare at the balcony, right? And nobody thinks it's weird. If anything, you're just the pensive one, right?
Yeah.
They're like, what are they thinking about? How long have they been on
Pensive.
that balcony?
Okay.
You know, and so it's a nice like middle ground if you want to like not hover around the food or the pet the whole time, right? If you have a balcony too, then you got 3 things you can kind of bounce between, and you don't have to talk to anybody. So.
Yep. And you can like, someone comes out to talk to you and you be like, look, there's a cat out there.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Look at that lake. It's doing shit.
I think that's why I like it, is that there's like other things that are happening.
Yeah.
And I don't feel so
confined.
Stuck.
Yeah. I like having something to do at the party. Like if I don't know, if I knew how to DJ or something like that, I would go to a lot of parties and be the DJ. Like I'd love to have a role at the party, because that I think keeps me more occupied than like idle conversation.
Joe, that impulse is why I am the person that I am. Like truly, because like a thing is happening and all of a sudden I'm working the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need a role, I need a job, I need a thing, or else I am just sitting there like floating.
Yeah.
And that doesn't feel good. Which is, and sometimes I need a character apparently. It's part of the reason I have
I guess
my dog.
I need a character. That's what I need. I need characters for these parties. Like if I was going to a party and like someone's like, "Hey, can you cook?" Like, yeah, I'll cook. Yeah, that'd be great.
That is an interesting thing. Yeah. See, here's the thing. I've been to lots of parties in my life. They're just not a party I'm actually invited to participate in. I work them.
Mhm.
I have filmed more extravagant, extremely wealthy parties than anyone could say. I know what's going on. I know the socialites in Calgary.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know them personally, but I have more footage of them at more events than probably anyone in town.
Kara's got all the dirt on the like
Ooh.
main players in the Calgary, Alberta scene.
A little bit. But here's the thing though, it's an interesting thing that I've been talking with my therapist though, is I use my camera as a shield.
Mm.
And I don't have a very good differentiating skill set to separate what's work and what is supposed to be my life and my exposure to people. So, for instance, like when I go to a party that is film related, like it's film folks or like whatever it is, and I know that I'm going to know some people there, my brain, or I should say my adrenaline system, doesn't know the difference between showing up and doing a job and showing up and being a friend.
Mhm.
Because the social aspect is still the same. It's like you got to do the job, you have to do it well, and don't be afraid of people.
Yeah.
But when I work, that's what my brain is doing. It's like constantly thinking, am I doing the job right? Am I where I'm supposed to be? All these people scare me.
Well, I mean, that makes sense though for you because the primary way that you socialize in person is through work. So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
the lens in which you interact in the world. If you
Mhm.
went to more parties just doing it to do it, you would be more comfortable at parties because you would know like the social ask. Because at work,
Mhm.
you know what the social ask is. You have a social
Mhm.
contract,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you don't have a social contract for parties.
No, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't mean that sarcastically, like legitimately.
No, I know.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
I've
Des
seen
has
you
a
at
good
parties.
example of this, right? Because you saw me in a work sense, right?
Mhm.
First.
Mhm.
Like you met me in that context. And then you found out through many years of, yes, it was work, but eventually like becoming friends and stuff like that. We like did
Mhm.
other stuff that's not work related.
Mhm.
I'm like, I feel like I act differently in those scenarios, but probably not too much differently.
No.
So
I mean, like, if I ask you a question at a party, like, you look at me like I just asked you to roll cable.
oh no.
Like, you just, like, you kind of go, huh? And then, like, I have to re-ask you the question because you're just,
Yeah.
there's so much stuff going on around you that you're taking in all at once.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I was for sure socially overwhelmed in Whistler. That was
You did great, though.
I needed an exit route big time on that one. But yeah,
But
that
that
was
was,
too many spoons.
Mhm.
you did great, though. And I stand by that. Yeah. What are you guys doing for New Year's
Nothing.
this year?
No, I'm working it. So, well, I'm not working during New Year's. So we close at
Midnight
5.
swim. Actually, honestly, midnight swim sounds kind of dope.
It does. It does.
Let's do that next year. By then, Joe will be like, he'll own the pool, or they'll own the pool
Yeah.
by that point, and we can just go in for a midnight swim.
Yep.
Cosmic pool party. Yeah, Zandra.
That sounds great.
That would be sick.
I will bring
Well,
the
there's
party
those
lights.
people have like shared those like the hot tub where there's like a LED like storm around and it's raining into the hot tub. Like
Yes.
that's a hot tub I want to be in.
I was really worried. I thought you were going to talk about those foam parties, and I'm like, absolutely fucking not. Like,
Why not?
like, no,
That sounds fun.
it's like a cesspool. That is a perfect way for bacteria to become like amassed in all ways.
I mean, it's true, but I got some bad news about hot tubs then
Well,
and
Yeah.
pools.
I
It's all friend soup.
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm very aware. Chlorine, though. Sufficient chlorine is utilized in those places. Foam pit parties? No. Joe,
Even-
that's your job. That's literally your job to put as many chlorine in there as you need.
You
I'm
said
not a
foam
pool
parties,
operator.
not foam pit
I'm not a
parties.
pool operator.
Yeah,
so.
foam, where they like fill a room full of foam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Foam and foam pits are 2 different things.
No, yeah, no, like bubble foam.
Okay.
Like bubbles.
I think it's fine.
No.
Well, speaking of the party thing, like the fated company Christmas party this year, right? Like coming up to that, like I wasn't gonna go anyways because I was already sick, but I was still like the old impulses were coming back because it was a new job, new people, and like I was shooting all over myself, right? I should go to this.
Sorry, it sounded like you said shitting all over yourself.
It's not quite the same thing,
right? I'm not the only one.
Shooting all over yourself, yeah. Your brain's supposed to go there. It's
shooting.
just as bad.
Yes.
But it was just an interesting impulse because there was the same like I need to be a new person and this is a new job and this is where I go to have this magical Joe come out of nowhere at this party. But at the same time, like I know who I am at parties. Like I get overwhelmed. I get socially overwhelmed. I end up kind of like hiding in a corner somewhere until I eventually sort of slink away where no one notices, right? Like, but there is still that like external expectation that like I need to go to this. I should go to this. And again, what I had in my head was this fantasy version of myself that is the person who's supposed to be at the party, right? And if I don't go, that fantasy person doesn't exist. But that fantasy person isn't real. So I'm measuring myself against this non-existent person, you know? Right. Mm-hmm. So it was interesting. Now that we're talking about parties, it was interesting that impulse came back.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was good I didn't go anyways because everybody got nearly deathly ill. So
gross.
Yeah. I'm going to a party, and the theme is Pretty in Pink.
Ooh, what are you wearing?
Yeah, what's your Pretty in Pink?
Well, I have to go raid my mom's closet for 90s stuff. I don't know if she's going to have anything.
Please wear a pink windbreaker if you find it.
Oh my god, yeah.
That would be great.
With like pink leg warmers and stuff.
But Val's already told me what I should do, and I think it's a good idea. But I'm going to be the female version of Ducky from Pretty in Pink.
I don't know.
I don't remember that movie.
I'll show you later.
Sure. Great.
Sandra does, apparently.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so no, basically I'm trying to find like an oversized blazer with a vest and a button-up shirt and a bowline tie.
Awesome.
So, and then try to find some like baggy pants or some sort. Very early 90s, late 80s.
Yes. Love that. You gotta like scrunch up the sleeves too at the elbows.
Yep, exactly. I don't have a hat. I tried to find the round hat that Ducky wears, and I don't have the time nor the patience to go deal with that for one night. But yeah, and I think the whole concept of wearing a costume, like we were talking about having characters, like I feel like I'm gonna feel a lot better walking in there dressed up as this like silly character.
That's why Halloween is so good.
Yeah, it really is. I have to admit that.
That's why we should just have 2 of them.
We should.
Just
next year.
Halloween, second Halloween.
Cozy Halloween.
Yeah.
First Halloween, seconds. Yeah. But
I'll figure it out. I'll send out a memo.
Okay.
But I don't know. Here's the other thing though. How do we feel about the weird expectation to kiss people in New Year's?
Oh, kissing someone at New Year's?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just a weird ritual.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind it because I think it's
where it
like
started?
No, I have no idea. Like I don't mind it. It
Feels
did
very
make
Hallmarky.
I do actually no, I do mind it because I do remember in my early 20-somethings, like feeling sad because I didn't have anybody to kiss at New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And,
because
like, I
other people were doing it, and that's
Yeah.
why you felt sad.
Yeah.
A FOMO thing.
Yeah. Like it was just like, I don't have anybody to kiss. Meh, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm older and I don't care, it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even like, you know, because like I'll be stupid and I'll like go reach over to my dog and I'll be like, give me a kiss. Like that's my New Year's kiss.
Yeah.
Very good.
And I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll find one of those cats in the house and I'll kiss one of the cats.
You're gonna come back to stream next week with a big old scratch mark on your face.
Yeah. Big gash.
I'll be like, mission accomplished, everybody.
No, like they'll just be counting down like the 10, 9, and it'll just be you with a marker in your hand making a little pair of lips.
Yeah.
My girlfriend.
Please,
Or chasing
no.
the cat around the house.
Yeah. No, I think
Come here,
it's anything
come
like
here,
10, 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come here.
Just in the
No,
background.
I would never do
carriage.
that to a cat.
No.
I would never do
Consent
that
is important.
Yeah. Cats are paragons of consent, right?
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I would do like the Cora thing. I would like find a cat and I just go.
And they know. Amazing. I decided randomly like 2 weeks ago that I was gonna rent an Airbnb and me and my girlfriend were gonna go away for a weekend for New Year's.
Oh,
Sounds
fun.
fun.
Where?
So it's just gonna be me and her, a little romantic getaway. Digging
Is
it.
that why you were asking about the ice cleats?
No, I was asking about the ice cleats for a video.
Oh, for work. That's like super. Oh, that would hurt. That would hurt a lot.
This is why I'm the
That's
idea
point,
person.
though.
I take
yeah.
inspiration from everywhere.
Well, that's fair. There's a lot of pain to produce in this world.
Anything can be spicy. if you
Anything
try hard
can
enough.
be spicy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Xandra's comment. I think the big change from childhood was being able to stay up to midnight was such a big deal,
Right.
and it's more rare
Mhm.
if I go to bed before midnight.
Totally. Yeah. Man. Resolution for 2023. Try to go to bed at 11 every night.
I have given up on the idea of me being like the early morning riser person. I do like my mornings, but I need 2 to 3 hours before I go to work at least. Otherwise, I'm a grumpy person at work. But I don't get tired before 11, maybe. So
Yeah.
staying up till midnight's not a issue.
Yeah, my sleep
No.
schedule's a little fucked right now,
Yeah.
and I would like for it to return back to normal. Currently, I'm staying up a little later than I normally do. But here's the problem. The problem is that I can go to sleep at like 9 p.m. and I will still not want to wake up at 8 a.m. when my alarm clock goes off.
Yeah.
My body could use infinite sleep.
Hmm.
And that's just how it is.
Well,
I
I
would
was.
kinda like that. I would like that.
I don't know if this is true or not. I should do the research, but it was like just an Instagram scrolling thing, and you're just like, medical advice on Instagram. Ugh.
That's where I get all my medical advice.
Questionable at best. But it was
Excuse me,
interesting.
I live in the U.S. That's the only place to get medical.
Well, right. Oh,
Everything
no.
else costs $10,000.
Oh no. But it apparently, if you have testicles, your hormones are pretty much generated there completely. So
Okay.
your like adrenal system is very more manageable. So typically only like 6 to 8 hours of sleep is like bueno. Versus if you have ovaries, there's a little more complexity to it, and your body and your adrenal system are much more interconnected. And that's why they suggest 8 to 10 hours for people with ovaries. And I was just like, this makes a lot of sense why I love sleeping.
What I'm hearing is I should get my ovaries removed and then I will be less tired.
And then you will be a true cryptid and you will never sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know that that's true. But you know,
Do I believe it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just telling you, I was scrolling.
I don't
and
want to
this
take
popped
anybody's
up.
excuses away. So, like, if you want to lean into it
I don't
and
want to
use that
take
as
10 hours of sleep. I'll be
go for
like,
it.
my fucking ovaries. I'll take that tax. Thank you.
Yeah, I need all the sleep I can get. My body's a sacred temple.
Yeah. Oh my
Other-
God, Xandra. No.
5 hours a night.
I average like
Oh.
5 hours a night. Yeah.
Ugh. 5 hours and I am like non-functional.
I wake up at 8 regardless of how many hours I've been sleeping.
Really?
Yeah.
If I didn't have alarm, I'd sleep until 1.
Yeah.
I can't get past 8. I have lately just because I've been
Well, you have
actually
work.
intentionally
You're up
relaxing.
early.
But
Yeah.
no, I was telling Des and Kara earlier, the days between Christmas Day and New Year's are a void, and you are to accomplish the very least humanly possible. Again, I told Des and Kara this. I fucked it up by doing my laundry today, so I was a little bit productive. But anyways, so that's why I'm sleeping in, is because I'm actually chilling out and relaxing. But
Yeah.
regular work day, like I'm gonna be. I don't have any days that are like really, really early, but my earliest day is 8:30. I'll still be up at 7. I'll still be up at 7 on my days where I go in at 2 p.m. Right? I don't sleep past certain days.
Oh,
certain
I
time.
know. When I lived with Joe, story time.
Story
When I
time, not
lived with
clickbait.
Joe was my alarm clock. Because Joe would get up whenever they get up, but then they would go make a smoothie, and the smoothie was my alarm clock.
I did that.
Like,
That's amazing.
like I just knew I could trust getting up because I would hear the smoothie blender going.
Yeah. I mean, that's sort of what happened in Mexico because I roomed with Fembot, and Fembot gets up early. She's an early riser. And she so whenever Fembot got up, I was like, I can lay here for 20 more minutes and then I have to get up.
I will say though, that is one thing that I don't do well. I don't sleep well when I travel. Especially if I'm sharing a room with someone. I think it's more about sharing a room with someone than it is the being somewhere else. But yeah, it's quite interesting how I love sleep, but probably when I need it the most, I don't.
Yeah, there's too much stuff going on.
Yeah.
Or does anyone do the thing where like I've had days where I have to go to bed by a certain time, otherwise I only get like 4 hours of sleep. On those nights, I don't go to bed. Like I will go to bed at 1 or something like that. I'll totally fuck my sleep schedule. But on the days where I don't have to, I can stay up as late as I want. I'm in bed by 11. You know, like
it's like a stress anxiety thing.
I think so. Yeah,
it's adrenal, right?
Yeah,
you know, like it's just you're amped up about something. You're worried about something. You're thinking about something.
I'm worried about again, I'm already doing the math. Whenever you're doing the math about how many hours you have to sleep, you're fucked.
Oh,
you're just
yeah.
Oh, that's me every night.
Yeah.
Des.
No, I need to make sure I get my 10. So I'm counting down at like 10 p.m. like at 9 p.m. I'm like, man, I gotta
make
go
it
bed.
like a light change, like you do in your place. Don't consciously think of like, do I have my 10? Just be like,
yeah.
It's like it's gold light mode now.
Yeah.
You know?
This is basically what my night mode looks like.
Yeah,
I have my lights.
Exactly.
Night mode.
So
yeah.
It's just a way of navigating, you know?
It also doesn't help that like right now we're just very busy at work. So like even if I roll in early, sometimes Snow and I aren't rolling out until like 7 or 8 p.m. So
yeah,
that's a group problem because we have both identified that we are not good at telling each other to go home.
Well, no, but that's the danger of, and I don't mean danger in a bad way. It's the familiar like friends working together situation where suddenly like other things come up where it's like, oh, we're like out of work mode. Hey, look at this cool thing that I've been holding on saving to tell you today or whatever, you know, like and then it's an hour later, and
no,
go
it's not even
home.
that. It's just that we're just not good at going home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean
Like,
just in general?
Just in general. Just like we'll just I think part of it is because I like just zone out and I zone into work, and so does she. And like she like legitimately has ADHD. So she just like can hyper focus into a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not reminded by something that I need to leave, then sometimes I just like the sun going down extra early really fucks me up, like especially in winter. So it's usually Moose who informs me that we need to go home.
Right.
Which is again one of the big reasons I have him.
Very good. Very good.
Another
He
reason to
does
get
job.
a dog. Yeah.
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 I feel like we're kind of running out of stuff.
Yeah.
We're just talking.
We're just chatting now. I'm cool to wrap things up if you all are, unless there's like
trying to think.
burning
Rapid fire.
questions
Okay.
of
Well,
anything we've talked about.
We've got some of the community here. Let's plan for our next episode. Because our next episode is our anniversary.
It is.
Fuck. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Really?
It is.
We started
Yeah.
on the 3rd.
Yeah,
Oh,
we did.
shit.
So community, what would you like to see out of our anniversary episode?
Should actually pull up my calendar too.
Oh, just a year in review. Don't worry about it.
It's a whole year in review.
Ugh.
Do we?
We'll do a clip show.
Do we? No. Then I have to edit it.
That's too much work. No.
Kara loves me. Not ask me to do that.
Oh yeah. No, please don't.
Hot tub foam stream.
Oh my god. No. Maybe we should do a bathtub stream somehow. We're all in our tubs. And we just
That's terrible.
I have a very disappointing bathtub, so I
yeah, same.
Yeah. No, that's the point. Is it's a sad tub.
What a weird.
Kara, you have a nice bathroom though. You have a
oh
good
yeah,
tub.
the echo would be terrible.
What? Oh, the
echo
sound would be terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's skinny.
Okay, so no year in review clip show. We could do like we go through each topic that we've gone through during last year and see if our opinions have updated on any
I
of
like
them.
that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because
like
theoretically, I have a list. I don't think it's been updated for the last few shows. But
well, the good thing is that we have all the clips, though. Like, we have the episodes that are...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that might be cool. Like, we'll just... And we could post the list in the Discord and be like, hey, do you have any questions about any of these particular things that we can fit into the thing?
Cool. Yeah, that works.
How does that sound, community friendship? What do you think? We could also just do karaoke.
I like the review thing better.
I have to be drunk to do karaoke. That is...
Okay, so here's what we'll do.
Well, that's doable. There's a way to do that, Kara.
Yeah, that's easy. How we do it is during our... Well, what will actually happen is I will edit that clip show. And then every time Joe rants about capitalism, every time... What do I do all the time? Every time my cat
jumps on your chair.
Jumps on my chair and distracts me.
That's a good one.
What does Kara do a lot?
Makes
Grumpy
unintentional
cat
innuendos.
There's been lots of innuendos this year. So every time and one of those things happens, we take a shot.
Fast track to inebriation.
Yeah.
And then whenever we're drunk enough, we just stop the clip show and do karaoke.
Wow, amazing. This is a plan.
This is why I'm the thinker.
There you go. It all works out. Yeah, no, it's I think if someone donated $20,000 to us, we would do karaoke. I know. It'll never
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll get you to do it someday.
I
You're
feel
gonna-
like we'd have to be in the same city for that to happen.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. The only reason we didn't do it the last time I came to see you guys was because the internet was terrible.
Yeah. The cabin trip.
Oh, right. Yeah,
That was 2022.
that was 2022.
Oh my god, that was 2022.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
I have to get my butt down to good old Ohio probably sometime.
Yeah. Come visit.
When...
We have plenty of places for you to stay.
Yeah, this is very good. I told Fembot's partner that I want to go ride, and he said yes, and I was like yes.
Yes. There are actually multiple motorcycle heads in our group.
Mm-hmm. So I'll probably bring my helmet.
Yeah. Bring your helmet.
Go ride.
Cool. So review episode then, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's what we'll go with. I think the 10th. What about the 10th?
I worked till
Don't
7
mind
that
us,
day.
bookkeeping. That's fine. We can start later. I just
Start
from
at
the
8.
11th to the 12th, I'm out of town. So.
Oh, that's a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Mm.
Or Monday, the 9th. I could also do the 9th.
I also worked till 7:30 that day. Indefinitely. Well, for the next session anyways.
Definitely.
Boo.
Forever.
I knew Monday. I would have to double check and see if I can do Tuesday.
Okay. Well, we can do all the bookkeeping later. That's
okay.
We'll figure that all out. But yeah, next episode. Are we the same people
Yeah.
than we were a year ago?
I don't know.
Very good.
I resolve change who I am, who I was.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a full face tattoo of a cat.
Wow.
And I'm gonna be a cat for the next year.
Cool.
Doesn't sound that extreme actually.
No.
You do you. You be a cat.
This is like when we're very accepting groups of friends. You're just like, yeah, you go for it.
Well,
yeah,
if you think that'll work out.
How can we help you?
I'd be the worst friend to like dissuade somebody from something. It's like if someone comes, I want to get a face tattoo and be a cat for all year. It's like, yeah, sure.
I will say,
you have an artist picked out. Like, I'll drive you. You know.
I don't have. I don't know. I don't know if they're like resolutions, but like I have 2 goals that I would like to achieve in the next year. But if it doesn't happen for like 2 or 3 years, it's also kind of fine. But I want to move. Because I like my apartment, but I don't like where it is. And it's like getting not great to live in, like this area. And I don't love it. I also know that as soon as they're done renovating all the buildings, that the rent is gonna
skyrocket. Yeah.
So there's really no plan, and there's really no good in me staying here for too much longer. And the other one, I think I'm finally gonna get the face plastic surgery that I want.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The thing that I am most dysphoric about is my face.
Yeah.
I hate how round it is. And you can tell by how much I Facetune my fucking photos. So I would like to masculinize my face, and they do that with plastic surgery.
Sweet.
Yeah. So it's a thing I've been saving up for a long time, and I've been like shopping doctors and stuff. So I'm hoping to pull the trigger on that next year.
Cool. I guess we're wrapping up with the goals for the new year.
That's a good way.
Mine is the coaching thing. So coaching certification is a big one. And sort of like a long shot because it requires money. Everything does. But my hand, I need another tattoo here. Or I need a tattoo here. So it's bugging me that this hand is blank and this arm is blank because I got my bunnies here and I got my flower here. So long shot goal because I need to afford it, but I don't know. It's been like 2 years since I've gotten a tattoo. So, or a year
Get
and
in
a
the
half.
comments. What should Joe get as a tattoo?
Mm.
Wrong answers only.
Kara, what are your resolutions?
I don't
Resolve
know.
to accomplish it.
I don't
And you're a
know.
horrible person if you haven't accomplished it by the end of the year.
Oh, I gotta catch up on all my videos. Honestly, I think.
That's it's a goal.
Yeah, maybe like I said, it's like write a movie and then maybe catch up on all my stuff.
Hmm.
Those are some goals that I have for sure.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's attainable.
the
I
writing
watched
is the scary part.
I watched this YouTube show called Bad Movies in a Beat, where it's this chick talks about bad movies while putting her makeup on, and one of the things she loves to say is girl, write that script. Because look at the shit they're giving money to these days.
It makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, that script.
sidebar. I watched the first episode of the Witcher prequel show.
Mhm.
It's so bad.
Really? I kind of like it.
I did not enjoy it at all.
I was pretty inebriated when I watched it. I'll have to rewatch it.
I was struggling by the 20-minute mark.
I definitely was struggling with the visual effects.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I was just like, this show probably got a pretty good budget, and I was just really not impressed with the acting mostly. But
who did I see? There was a video I saw recently. I think it was like some crotchety comic book author where he was like, read good books or read good shit, but also read lots of bad shit, because like if you read bad shit, like you're like
you know what not to do.
Well, you know what not to do. It's like I could actually improve this.
Oh, I see.
This got published.
Right. Yeah.
So he was like, watch bad shit, read bad shit, play bad video games, just because
it's
it gives
about
you some...
doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Somebody gave these people money for this thing, right? And they made money off of it. So don't compare yourself to the people that did really, really, really well, right?
Because they also probably sucked for a long time, and people just don't.
That's
remember
true
that
too.
Either.
Yeah. Alan Moore, thank you, Halbert. I think it was Alan Moore. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I guess those are some of my goals.
Make more shit.
Make more shit. Get enough money to buy a new bike.
Yeah.
Enough money to buy a new tattoo. Money.
Because even though they say money doesn't buy you happiness, money can buy stuff that can make you happy.
Oh, money can absolutely
money
buy
buys you a wife in the form of a motorcycle.
Oh my God. I just realized, like, that's another wife I have to have. I have to have a motorcycle wife.
We've already talked about those.
No, well, did we update upload the previous episode?
No, I don't think
so. Okay, when that happens,
it's in the Google Drive.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
When you publish that, I legit need to remind the Discord that they have to go all comment about what my next wife is.
Yeah. And now they need to comment what Joe's next tattoo is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But I need a bike wife.
And on that note,
a lot of pressure.
What, on you or on your bike wife?
I thought the motorcycle is how you get to your wives. Oh, that's true too. But I also need a bike wife.
Yeah, you need a wife to go on bike rides with.
Yeah.
But
also to go.
Well, this is where your rich lawyer wife comes in, right? Because like she would have lots of money for motorcycles, and probably lots of garage space for said motorcycles, right? So
for sure, lawyer wife is going to be primary, of course.
Well, like lawyer, doctor,
just high pay,
accountant,
high pay. But I do my job in the relationship. I look after her because she's tired all day working. I look after her. Yeah, that's my job. But yeah, high pay wife will fund my motorcycle endeavors and my creative endeavors.
And Kara, that sounds like a great goal for 2023. And I think if you don't achieve that, then you failed ultimately.
Yeah. It's now been recorded too, so we have it on video.
Right. How many wives I can get in 2023?
Yeah.
Well, how many wives do I have already?
Just imagine the wives going to brunch together. That
I
sounds
have
so
space
wholesome
wife.
for me. Like, as a polyamorous person, just like all your partners going to a brunch together. Like, I don't know.
I would be scared. I'd be like, "What are you guys talking about? Are you all talking about me? I bet you're all talking about me. I bet you're all talking about how I snore."
I don't snore. You should know that. We shared a room together once.
No, I know. No, talking about how I snore.
Oh. But yeah, no, it's
I don't know. That seems wholesome to me.
no.
All my partners going to brunch together. That's
No,
wholesome.
that would be very cute.
That would be, yeah.
I would still be highly concerned, but it would be
I
very
know.
cute.
You want to like
yeah.
bug the flower thing or something like that.
As quality time being my love language, that would be potentially overwhelming.
What?
Having all my
your
wives
go to
having brunch together.
Yeah.
And as long as they're all like experiencing compersion, I'm a-okay with it.
Right.
Well, that's what polyamory is, right? Like,
well, sometimes.
Well, I guess ideally, but
Go back to our polyamory episode.
yeah, we did talk about that, didn't we? Yeah.
Sure did. It was a good one. We
had a fancy little Venn diagram chart.
Oh, it was super
little.
fancy.
Yeah.
It's very complex. Okay, we filled our time to 2 hours. Congratulations, everybody!
Guys.
We did it. Ding ding.
Did
ding,
I talk
ding,
to you
ding.
at all about my senioritis?
Oh my goodness! Thank you for sticking around for this one. Yeah. So celebrate the new year if you follow the Gregorian calendar to any extent that you do.
I love that emphasis. That was lovely.
Like,
how do you feel about the Gregorian
calendar?
Gregor.
You know, my half Ukrainian heart is like New Year's isn't for another like 6 weeks, so who the fuck cares? But anyway, the point being,
what did we decide the 13th month was called? Gregory?
Yeah, the 13th month is Gregory.
Gregory, yeah.
Pope Gregory the 13th or whatever.
Yeah.
But
13th month, Gregory.
Yeah, and start getting your holiday or your costume ideas together.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're doing 2 Halloweens next year, people.
Correct.
Put it in your calendar. This is the memo.
Yeah.
2.
It's set now.
Set.
Okay, we'll have to follow through on that. Very good. Okay. This is where I say, because it's on my channel tonight, stay cool and stay strong out there.
Yeah.
I say have a good night,
Happy New Year, everyone.
Have a great New Year.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you in 2023. Star date 1205.74. Whatever.
Is there a start date conversion? Is there a start date conversion?
I'm sure there is. We'll figure it out. We'll post it in the.
I'll look that up.
Okay. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.